Number 2, Kevin Renderos. Number 5, Benjamin Lopez Palacios. Number 7, Jonathan Hernandez. Number 8, Renee Ladies. Number 10, Gabriel Garcia. Number 12, Pedro Nosamento Silva. Number 14, Pedro Martins Pasco. Number 18, Simon Coelho. Number 22, Miguel Santos. Number 35, Pedro Romero. And in net for the Crimson Tide, wearing jersey number 99, Edwin Menjivar Cabral. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Somerville Highlanders. Number 4, Hector Alvarado Bermudez. Number 6, Milo Kochansky. Number 7, Mike Gregorio. Number 9, Nicholas Gonzalez. Number 10, Lucas Gomes. Number 11, Jonathan Ramirez. Number 15, Marco Hosholi. Number 17, Armando Andre.
Slowly getting right.
Number 21, Otto Reeds Fuertes.
Slowly getting right.
Number 22, Reed Schmidt. And in net for Somerville, wearing jersey number 1, Elliot Bicknell.
Hello and welcome to Somerville Highlander Boys Soccer on Somerville Ed TV. I'm Todd Harmon, and today the Highlanders welcome into Dilboy Stadium the Crimson Tide of Everett, as these two teams, these GBL foes, meeting for the second time this season. They battled to a 0-0 draw at Everett earlier last month in September, and both teams come in here to Dilboy Stadium with playoffs on their minds, both striving to make the playoffs, neither of them achieving that yet, as they are both looking to get into the Division I playoffs. Everett has 2 games remaining, including today's, as they will battle against Medford later on this week. They have to win and tie in those 2 games, or 2 wins. If they were to lose one of their 2 games this week, either to Somerville today or a loss to Medford later on this week, Everett will be out of the playoffs. So the Highlanders can knock the Crimson Tide out of Division I playoff possibility with a victory today over the Crimson Tide. The Highlanders have 4 games remaining on their schedule, as they have Everett today, Revere later on this week. That'll be senior night on Thursday, a 6 o'clock start here at Dilboy Stadium on senior night on Thursday. And then they will battle next week at Lynn English, as well as against Dearborn Stim Academy back here at Dilboy. Highlanders need 2 wins in those remaining 4 games to qualify for the playoffs. Both teams coming in looking at that Division I playoff picture, wanting to get into the first round, the qualifying round of the playoffs, as the Highlanders looking to get back into the playoffs for the 3rd year in a row, as they are currently 5-4, 500 overall. 500 record or better gets you into the playoffs. Highlanders, 2 out of their last 4 will get them in. Quick note, the remaining games they have, they are undefeated this season against the teams that they are ready to play. As they tied Everett at Everett, they defeated Revere 3-1 at Revere, and defeated Lynn English here last week at Dilboy Stadium by the score of 1-0. That was the last game they had, as Hector Bermudez put in a beautiful cross off the head right into the back of the goal for the Highlander win. As we are underway, playoffs in the air here at Dilboy Stadium. It's a warm, unseasonably warm October day here, as the Highlanders looking to get off quickly attacking, as Ramirez drops that back. Cleared out by Santos here to the near side. Keep an eye on number 10, Gabriel Garcia. He is the lone senior on this in the starting lineup for Everett, and he is a tremendous offensive talent, scoring 4 goals earlier this year against Lynn Classical in a 4-0 victory for Everett. It's Jonathan Hernandez will inbound here for the Crimson Tide. Gets it to Silva. Silva plays that one back to Santos. Santos will reverse field now, all the way across. Poked into the air. Highlanders will look to control here as Jonathan Ramirez looks to control that in the middle of the field. Ramirez had an excellent game against Lynn English. Highlanders ran their offense through number 11 in that game. Note where he is positioned right now, playing right there in that middle area at the top of the attack actually right now for the Highlanders. That ball out of bounds, lasted touch of the Highlanders. And so as Ramirez came over to play that, Rene Lainez will inbounds. That one headed towards the center. Gonsalves unable to clear it away. Goes for a second bite and plays it all the way back. And that will be cleared out by Elliot Bicknell here to the near side. Bicknell was able to get an assist on a goal earlier this year. Got that to a flying Nick Gonsalves as he flew down the near sideline for a goal. Just underway here at Dilboy Stadium. It's the Crimson Tide looking to keep their playoff hopes alive with a win or a tie. That one popped into the air as Silva tries to run onto it. Cleared away by Hawks Hawley. And Ramirez is able to move that ball forward as well, as he will be back now. Ball played back to Edwin Minivar. As Minivar clears that one out of bounds. Highlanders with a quick restart here. As Reed Schmidt gets that one in. Back to Schmidt. So Highlanders look to start from the back of the formation. Hawks Hawley will send it across the field with the long ball. Ramirez will volley that one forward, making a run on the far side now. As Hector looks to tee that one up into the box. That's a great opportunity into the back of the net for the Highlanders. As it was settled to the ground by Ramirez on the cross by Bermudez. And Gregorio put it right into the back of the net for the Highlanders. So Mike Gregorio, the sophomore, gets into the book quickly with the goal in the 3rd minute of this game. Highlanders out to a quick start here. The Highlander offense has heated up recently as they have 16 total goals. That is their 17th goal of the season. 8 of their total goals have come in their last 3 games.
Somerville goal number 7, Mike Gregorio.
Now out to Bermudez. Bermudez looks to center it, trying to find Gonsalves there. Turns it over though. As Santos was able to get it away. They'll play it all the way back to Minivar. He will load up the cannon. 50-50 ball around midfield. Controlled there by Silva. Plays that one forward looking for Garcia, but he's unable to get it cleanly. As Rinderos now forward to Garcia. Battle right there. As Garcia tried to turn the corner against Reed Schmidt. Schmidt had to clear that one away. Corner kick coming up for Everett. That's going to be their first corner of the day. Highlanders out to a 1-0 lead here. Everett backs to the wall. 5-7-4 is their overall record. A loss today. will prevent them from achieving a 500 record and knock them out of playoff possibility. This corner is sent in towards that far post, headed back across the open goal mouth there. As I believe that was Silva who got the head to it, but wasn't able to get it into the net. Dangerous corner there, though, for the Crimson Tide. Highlanders will start this with Marco Hoxholey on the back. Mentioned the Highlander offense coming alive, scoring now 9 goals in their past 4 games. 9 of their 17 goals have come in their past 4 games. On the flip side of that, the Highlanders, one of the best defenses in the GBL, the second best defense in the GBL, allowing fewer goals than anybody else except for GBL leading Chelsea. Excellent work done on the back line there, of course, by Elliot Bicknell in between the pipes and the goal. Marco Hoxholey has been absolutely tremendous as well, as they will be challenged this game. As you see the speed there by Garcia, but what deft play there by Reed Schmidt. So he was able to get that 50-50 ball, did not allow Garcia to run on it. That one knocked out of bounds. Coho last to touch it for the Crimson Tide. Highlanders will inbounds. They lead 1-0 here. Nice touch there out wide as Ramirez tried to keep that one in, just wasn't quite able to. So we've seen excellent skill from the sophomore Jonathan Ramirez throughout the season. Centered now. And skied up into the air by Joseph DeAndre. The out of bounds, Highlanders with the quick restart. Handled by Lucas Gomes. Gomes gets sandwiched between 2 Everett defenders, gives the ball up. Played upfield, Santos now with it. Looking for help, Garcia comes along. Schmidt, knowing the skill of Garcia. Discretion, the better part of valor. Reed just clears that right away. You can see the respect they have for Garcia out there. As they look to service this into the area, once again looking around, Garcia is in that area. That one booted over the head, nicely done there. As it's cleared out of the box. Chased down Ramirez with the hip check there. It's going to get called as he sent Coho to the turf. Dangerous opportunity here for the Crimson Tide as Hernandez will come up to address this ball. Getting some height, moving up is Joseph DeAndre, number 14. Keep an eye out there for number 10. So he's looking to break in. He's got Reed Schmidt marking him. Goes beyond that as Miguel Santos is going to send it right back into the area. Highlanders need to get this out. It's knifing in. Chance right there is Renderos. And just off the frame as Kevin Renderos came flying in on the near side, was able to volley that ball up. Tried to find just a little piece of the upper left-hand corner of the goal, but came right off the edge of the frame. We're going to have a timeout on the field. 32-19 remaining here in the first half. Highlanders with the 1-0 lead after the Mike Gregorio goal. We'll keep it right here, talk about what's going on around here in Highlander Nation with all of the playoff action coming up. The volleyball team heading to the playoffs. Unfortunately, lost 3-1 against number 1 ranked in Division 4 Bourne. Also was swept by Lynn Classical on the road in GBL action, but they still maintain a plus 32 ranking. They are at 31, so they're inside that top 32 as the rankings have come out today. So their current record 14-5 overall, ranked number 31 in Division 2. They have 1 game remaining against Chelsea. If they're able to maintain that hold on a slot within the top 32, they will likely be hosting a playoff game. Hey, when are those playoff matchups going to come out, you might ask? Hey, I got an answer for you about that, because you know Somerville Ed TV, the Ed stands for educational, so we want to educate. So let's educate about when those brackets will come out. As the volleyball bracket will be out Tuesday, October 28th. That will be before Halloween. So we're going to know what's going on with volleyball previous to Halloween. Our live coverage against Lynn English on the football gridiron. So keep it here on Somerville Ed TV. You can also check out MIAA.net. Find out what those brackets look like on Tuesday, October 28th is when the volleyball brackets come out. Soccer brackets will be out the following week on Saturday, November 1st. So the end of that week, I should say, Saturday, November 1st. So get done with Halloween. Have a great Halloween night here at Dilboy Stadium. Then go on home, wake up the next day, and check online to see what the brackets look like for girls soccer and hopefully for boys soccer, as the Highlanders leading here 1-0, looking for one of two needed victories over their last 4 games to qualify for the Division I playoffs. Those playoffs will begin on Monday, November 3rd, after those brackets come out on the 1st. You have been educated now on bracket release. We will have the football bracket information for you as well momentarily as play has resumed. Nick Gonsalves plays that one forward. Cleared away by the Crimson Tide. As Milo Kachansky didn't quite get that cleanly off of his foot. Handled by Hoxholey on the very back, and now Lucas Gomes with it. Gomes has some space, wants to take it. Centers that one, trying to find Gregorio. Now Schmidt will get the head to it. Garcia looking to control there, but Highlanders all around him as Gonsalves was able to clear it away. Now Santos knifing across to the far side takes control for the Crimson Tide. Dancing with the ball is Karam Memick. Memick gives it off to Renderos as they try to overlap there with Memick. Highlanders able to stymie that attack. Now Renderos gets his pass blocked by Gonsalves. Long ball looking for Ramirez, as John was right there bearing down on Edwin Minivar, but Minivar able to handle it right at the edge of his box. Ball handled at midfield here. Crimson Tide trying to get Garcia away on a through ball there, but it did not get through, as Andrade was there defensively for the Highlanders. Now Gregorio drops it to Ramirez. Ramirez has space. He loves to use it, and he will. Turns on the jets between the two defenders. Gets past a third. Turns the corner. Looks it. Oh, and fires that one off the frame. As Jonathan came knifing in through 3 Everett defenders and sent it right off the frame. Now Gregorio trying to work his way through at the top of the box. Not quite able to, as it's cleared away at the last moment by Lopez Palacios. Highlanders electrifying here with their individual skill. You saw Ramirez turn on the jets to get through. Andrade dispossesses the Crimson Tide player, sent forward by Marco into the box. Now Bermudez. That one off the frame again, as Ramirez has been denied by the framework twice already this game. Oh my goodness gracious. Another beautiful attack by the Highlander offense. As Jonathan Ramirez has been denied twice in the last minute and a half by the goal frame. A beautiful drive past 3 defenders with a left boot that came off the side of the frame, and then the header right off the top on the crossbar. Now Gomes trying to work his way through, loses it to DeAndre, who will clear that one away. Schmidt chasing this one down, or I should say Hoxholey chasing it one down. He sends it to Schmidt. Gonsalves goes to the turf, but is able to get the touch over to Kachansky. Now they move it up as Hector has it. Bermudez feathers it forward. Ramirez looks to turn, just not quite able to get to it before it gets out of bounds. Last touch by the Crimson Tide. It's Ramirez with the inbounds, trying to connect up with Nick Gonsalves. Highlanders leading 1-0. They've sent 2 off of the frame in the last couple moments. Big throw in right into the middle of the box. Minivar off of his line, not in control. Opportunity there for Gomes as he loaded up the left boot, but it was deflected away by the Crimson Tide defense. Now Schmidt gives way as Ramirez had the nice long throw in from the other side. Let's see if he tries to get it into the area once again. Long one once again into the area, looks for Nick Gonsalves. Nick gets it back to Kachansky. Kachansky into the area, volleyed out, that one by Renderos. As Renderos able to clear that one away, Hoxholey will control. Sends it right back, now Hector. Volleys it into the air, Ramirez off the chest, not quite able to control as Hernandez able to clear it away for the Crimson Tide. Now Hoxholey will hit it right back down, Renderos unable to control off his head. As Gonsalves looks to control, and he does. Nice turn there by Nick. Gets it to Gregorio. Mike loses his footing though. Turns it over, cleared away by Sanchez. As they get it downfield looking for Memick. That will be sent to the box where Elliot Bicknell, almost very dangerous there as Memick using that long frame, those long strides, got in there to block that ball out of bounds. Highlanders holding on to the 1-0 lead. As Schmidt will send this one skyward. Ramirez looks to get underneath it and get control. He volleys it past Deandros. Ramirez is on the run again as he's got it there on the near side. Pulls it back, looking for some help. He looks to get past DeAndre, and he does. There, he's going to get called for the foul against Hernandez. As he pushed off Hernandez, Hernandez came over for that help defense. Yes, John Ramirez showing that one player cannot mark him on this Everett team at this point. That ball volleyed forward, very dangerous, as Memick was flying on the outside. Or strike that, that's Colho who was flying on the outside. The pass came from Memick. Well done though, as Bicknell quickly off of his line, able to maintain control. Now Kachansky with it, he goes down to the turf. Second Highlander losing their footing today, and there's Andrade, just bringing calm to the situation. Long ball forward, Ramirez looks to run onto it. DeAndre has no choice but to clear it out. Now Ramirez, after the quick restart from Lucas Gomes, gives it back to Gomes. Gomes, nice outside boot touch to Gonsalves as he looked to reverse it over to Bermudez. Gregorio comes in, steals it away, gets it out to Hector. Now Hector out wide, dealing with Sanchez. As Sanchez, last to touch it there for the Crimson Tide. Kachansky will come out for a moment. As Cavelli Pereira into the game for the Highlanders. Now in the corner, Hector. Oh, I'm sorry, that's actually Nick trying to make the turn, and he earns the corner kick. Nice job there by Nick Gonsalves. So the Highlanders will get their first corner of the game. Corner kick coming. You got to bring in the Zach attack. Zach Swango coming into the game. Get that height right into the middle of the box for the Highlanders. Try to get it into Swango, headed away by Garcia for the Crimson Tide. Last touch by Renderos. Highlanders looking for the quick restart as Reed Schmidt will get it. Gets that into Pereira. Pereira, though, not able to control as Renderos took it away. Schmidt, nice job there. Pokes it right away from Renderos. Headed up. Gomes heads it right back to Ramirez. Ramirez tries to control off the chest, and he does as he gets past Hernandez. Now he's got to deal with Hernandez again. Tries to pull the string and get around him, but it just gets out as Ramirez last to touch it there. It's a battle of two Jonathans there. Jonathan Hernandez for the Crimson Tide. Jonathan Ramirez for the Highlanders. Gomes will put the head to it right down to Ramirez. Ramirez off the chest, looking to dance around and control as he wanted to get that past Miguel Santos. Instead cleared it right out. It's Hernandez now with the throw in, looking for Garcia. Schmidt gets the head to it though. Now they'll try to release Garcia here down the sideline, but it angles out of bounds. Now Pereira out to Gomes. Gomes with a little space. Nice touch there as he gets by Hernandez. Crosses it into the middle. Hector on the far side now. Hector out there dealing with Sanchez. Chips that one towards the net and just over the crossbars. Bermudez tried to pop that one into the upper sector of the goal. 22:48 remaining in the half. Highlanders with the 1-0 lead. They continue to knock on the door. Their attacks have been quite dedicated today. Jonathan Ramirez has found the framing twice. Hector Bermudez right there with a beautiful attempt at the upper portion of the net. Schmidt doing a nice job defensively, as always, for the Highlanders. Didn't quite get that one out of Renderos' range, so he was able to move it forward, but the Highlanders quickly back the other direction as Pereira looks to chase it down. Plays that one back to Otto, reads Fuertes. Now that's forward to Bermudez. Reads Fuertes with the throw in. As Gonsalves knifing across, looks to get that ball away. Not able to control though. Renderos will pop it forward. Controlled at midfield. Just for a moment there as it's stolen away. Another great job there as Pereira was able to get a boot in there. Now Hawks Holy looking to deal from the back line. Tries to get it out to Hector on the far side. Sanchez pokes it out of bounds for the Crimson Tide. Highlanders keep knocking at the door. Swongo tries to keep that one in but isn't quite able to. Crimson Tide will get the throw in. Highlanders though continuing to knock on the door here. Best scoring chance for Everett came from Renderos, number 2, as he came late on an attack into the box and just barely missed the upper left corner from a very tough angle. As they reverse fields here to Hernandez, Gomes jumps on him quickly. Ranging back, Reed Schmidt, and he's tripped up going for that ball. Whistle sounds against Coho. So Marco Hoxoli will come up and set this one up for the Highlanders. You see Gregorio inside the box, currently in an offside position. He'll settle back in those. The Highlanders like to have about 3 players in the box, setting that line. As they come up, trying to get to that 50-50 ball. Headed beyond, but now it's into the box. Swongo swings and misses with the left boot as that's poked away by Hernandez. Now a long ball downfield. It's going to go all the way into the box, and that's where Elliot Bicknell will control it. As Karam Mimic was down in the area for the Crimson Tide. Under 20 minutes remaining here in the first half. Highlanders lead this one 1-0. As Swongo now looking to get on the run. Chests it down, can't control as it's cleared away by Igor Lima. Now that ball skied into the box for the Highlanders. Bicknell judges it well, gets underneath it. Very dangerous here when you're coming off your line very aggressively. You don't want to overrun those balls. They may take a weird bounce due to spin. Very good job by Bicknell there to control that ball. Linez tries to turn the corner. Hector will not allow. Or strike that. Gregorio will not allow. Hector and Mike have just, their hair too similar. Just saying, guys. A word into the ear of Reeds Fuertes as the ball played forward to Gonsalves. Nick will play it out wide here to Gomes as Lucas now with it as he's marked by Hernandez. Back to Gonsalves as Nick now looking to break through. He's got speed, looks to cross there. Hernandez blocks that cross out, but the Highlanders earn their second corner of the game. As the corner kick comes up, Swongo comes back out. Armando Andrade as well, a physical presence on that far post. You see those two big physical presences there. This is Chip looking for that back pass. There's Andrade just over his head. He couldn't bring it down. Now Gonçalves gets by one, not quite able to get it by Lima as Lima controls for the Crimson Tide. Plays that one forward looking for Mimic. Cleared away by Reeds Fuertes. Santos will play it out wide for Hernandez. Back over to Santos. As they bring it forward to Coho. Looking for a give and go there, but there's Reed Schmidt once again. Schmidt having a tremendous game here on the near side defense. And Renderos unable to get moving, or I should say Lima unable to get moving on that ball as he trips over it. Highlanders able to pick it up. Gomes has space now as he comes in against Hernandez. Can't get by him though. Jonathan Hernandez, good tackle there on Lucas Gomes. Ball played forward, but Pereira knifing in as he comes back, controls the ball. Played beautiful as it's served over to the far side. Gonçalves trying to control that, not quite able to. Gets called for the push-off. Kick here for the Crimson Tide. Highlanders leading 1-0 off the goal by Mike Gregorio. 16:28 remaining in the first half. Everett has their back to the wall. A loss today to the Highlanders will end their Division I playoff hopes this season. Highlanders with a victory will be one win away from guaranteeing themselves a playoff position in Division I this season for the third straight year. Swango looks to get on this one against Lainez. Lainez able to come away with it though. As Swango with the tackle from behind, Lainez down to the turf very, very hard. Lainez still down on the turf. $15:40 remaining here in the half. The official comes over to check on Lainez. He's up, walking fine. Did not receive the card they were hoping for, I believe, in that situation. There's no card issued. Dangerous opportunity here as DeAndre sends it into the area, but it's wide. Nobody able to get any sort of volley on that ball. Miguel Santos in the area, making a run at that one along with Kara Mimic. Straight up 15 minutes remaining here. First half, Highlanders with the 1-0 lead. As Andrade will clear this here to the near side. Winsley Thomas on now for the Highlanders. As Rendero wins that battle against him, and he's got Renderos on the run there. As Pereira knifing in with the tackle, able to clear that one out of bounds. Renderos was able to get the best scoring chance for the Crimson Tide so far this game. He's got the ball yet again. Winsley Thomas, though, last to touch it was Renderos. And Renderos once again, last to touch it that time. And Renderos controlling now as Ramirez looked to steal it away. Now Jonathan will get the fast restart, looking to get Thomas on a run. Lainez back there trying to shield the ball, does a nice job blocking Thomas away, earning the goal kick for the Crimson Tide. Don't forget we have senior night coming up. It will be Thursday. That will be against Revere. That will be the 23rd of October. 6 o'clock will be the start time here at Dilboy Stadium. Highlanders defeated the Patriots at Revere 3-1. As they lead in this game against Everett. Push off into the back by Nick Gonçalves. As Renderos able to earn that one. Come out, celebrate the seniors on this team as they look to make the playoffs yet again here in Division I. Of course, the Highlanders got a playoff win last year. This one into the box, off the frame. Oh my goodness gracious, a beautiful ball into the box on the far side. Right boot off the outside of the right post as Hightor Lima, I should say, had a bullet, but just off target. Great opportunity there for the Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide, an excellent offensive team, third highest goal total in the GBL this season so far. As the throw in a little long that time. Out of bounds, goal kick coming for the Highlanders. 12 minutes remaining in the half. Highlanders with the 1-0 lead. As Kachansky will come back out for Pereira. Gomes will come back out for Thomas. Picknell ready to send this one away for the Highlanders. As Gomes looks to settle it. Sends that one forward looking for Ramirez as Jonathan tried to get the touch to get past the two defenders, but Hernandez wound up with it. Was able to get a foot in there and disturb that pass, and now the Highlanders have control as Gomes with it. Pulls the string, Renderos on him. Gives it off to Gonçalves, out wide to Hector as Bermudez looks to control. One touch into the area and into the net! Jonathan Ramirez had found the frame twice. That time, he puts the beautiful cross from Hector Bermudez into the back of the net. And the Highlanders lead this one 2-0. Ramirez had been knocking on the door throughout the first half. He'd sent one off of the left post, off of the cross post, and that time tucks that one in to the left side as the Highlanders take the 2-0 lead. Everett now trailing by 2 as Bermudez flying up. Hector looking to steal that ball away and was able to. Was not able to get across onto it. Everett now their backs to the wall as they trail 2-0 now. 10.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Highlanders now with their 18th goal of the season, their 10th goal in their last 4 games. That one headed forward by Gomes. Renderos unable to get that one. Gomes with it. Gets it back from Schmidt. Last to touch it though, Highlanders on the out of bounds. Going to have an infraction here against the Highlanders as Renderos was pushed from behind. So an opportunity for Hernandez to service this into the area. Highlanders now with the 2-0 lead. Don't want to give anything up here as that is headed wide by Hightor Lima. So Lima's head attempt goes wide of the net. Lima had a huge opportunity while the game was still 1-0 as he sent it off of the right post. Highlanders then able to score off that beautiful cross by Bermudez as Ramirez finally found the back of the net today after finding the post twice himself. Beautiful touch there as Bermudez gets it under Gregorio. Gregorio now making the run. As Mike now just not quite able to rally there to get it, but does get the corner kick as he played it off of the Crimson Tide defense. Highlanders will have their third corner of the match. Again, Zach Attack comes out for the Highlanders. Big Zach Swango. Also, Armando Andrade, number 17, here on this near post. Service directly into the, Swango almost had the head to it, but Minivar up to the task, was able to keep it away from Swango's head. Now very dangerous here is Rebelo Arajo playing some offense here on the attack for the Crimson Tide, countering as Reed Schmidt sends him to the pitch, appealing to the official. As the free kick here, dangerous free kick, as Renderos will have it. Or Rinderos, I'm sorry, Rinderos. That one short of the area. Gave Schmidt the opportunity to sky it forward. Now Ramirez will get it on the run. Oh, Ramirez just betrayed there by that second touch. Touched it down off the chest. But there's Pereira as he cut in. Was able to put the ball into play the right way for the Highlanders. Nice touch there by Pereira as he got it to Gregorio. Mike's got a little space as he sends it out wide to Swango. But that one's stolen away. Not enough pace on that pass. Now Zach will touch it back to the interior. Gregorio back to Swango, who will send it across. Gomes looks to run on it, but Hernandez will clear that one away. Now Kochanski trying to get that one sandwiched between two Crimson Tide. There's Andrade, always winning those 50-50 balls, does it once again. Now Renderos plays it out wide, trying to get back to it, but not quite able to, is Colho. Highlanders looking for that quick restart to get Jonathan Ramirez on the run, but the Highlanders also had a substitution ready to come in. It's now Pereira. Partially blocked, skied into the air. Headed down by Pereira, Whitney Pereira for the Crimson Tide. Gregorio comes knifing through and takes that ball. Plays it out wide, trying to find Hector out there. Just a little bit too far. Under 6 minutes remaining in the half. Highlanders leading this one 2-0. Goals by Jonathan Ramirez, as well as Mike Gregorio. Bicknell quickly off his line there, able to handle that ball. As Ramirez ranging out, looking to collect that ball, forcing the Crimson Tide to play it, as Higor Lima had to go out and knock that one out of bounds. Highlanders getting a big throw-in possession here, a good opportunity. Reeds Fuertes out there, ready to throw in. Plays it near to Hector as Bermudez tries to get a turn there, looking for the cross. Sanchez was on him very, very tightly. Minivar sends this one to midfield. There's Gregorio playing it back. So Highlanders play it back to Bicknell. Bicknell will have to clear that out, though, for the big throw-in here for the Crimson Tide. As Miguel Santos was driving down on Elliot Bicknell. Bicknell unable to pick that ball up because it was played back to him by a teammate. Everett has built some excellent scoring chances. Renderos has had an excellent chance, as well as number 3 Lima. As they're in the box right now. Opportunity to the left boot, blocked. As Hoxholey was able to get the back heel block there. Now Hernandez with it. Drops it to Coho. Coho has his pass attempt, his cross attempt, knocked away by Reed Schmidt. And Andrade will play this out as Rabel Araujo able to earn the corner kick, third corner of the game for the Crimson Tide. They have had some dangerous opportunities on the corner. As they go far post, Kachansky with a nice head there. And now Gonçalves plays that forward. Lima, nice volley as Ramirez was bearing down on him, but it's touched out here wide. And Reed Schmidt put the boot to it. Didn't quite get the clear hit he wanted on that ball, as once again he had Ramirez ready to make a run downfield. Out of bounds, it's Crimson Tide ball. So now Santos looks to make the turn, plays it out to Coho. Coho, with a little touch there, was able to get by Reed Schmidt, but Hoxholey able to clear it away for the Highlanders. Talked about this Highlander defense. Schmidt, Hoxholey, Armando Andrade as well as Otto Reeds Fuertes. They have really settled in terms of this defense. They've really just kept it all settled on the back line for the Highlanders throughout the year, allowing only 14 goals on the season so far. As Bicknell will send this one away. Headed down as Gomes looks to control on the far side. Throw in for the Highlanders. That one settled down in front of Ramirez. He gets it crossing now on the run. Plays it further to the wide. And that one has Gomes right down in the area. Volleyed it right back to Minivar, but he was there able to take care of it. Now Coho looks to settle it. Highlanders will clear that away to Ramirez up front, as Ramirez has Stone here on the near side out ahead of him. Ramirez along the sideline. Gets it poked away by Renderos, out of bounds. Ramirez now will inbounds. 2 minutes remaining on the stadium clock. We await the long whistles. That signifies the end of the half, as the official time is kept on the field. Highlanders leading 2-0 as they get it to Gonçalves. Nick's cross attempt knocked away by Kevin Renderos. As Renderos has been excellent for the Crimson Tide all over the field, generating one of their best scoring chances as well as playing really strong defense. Now back to Schmidt, as Schmidt will sky that into the area, headed away by Lima, as they look to get Santos on the counter run, as Miguel Santos gets it poked away by Hoxholey, but following it up is Rabelo Araujo. As Araujo out to the far side, but gets dispossessed of the ball. Excellent play there by Milo Kachansky, and he gets it downfield as Ramirez now looks to get into the area with pace. Lima was able to keep him from doing that, and Minivar was able to send the ball away, and that is the long whistles as the Highlanders lead this one 2-0 at the half. Goals by Mike Gregorio in the 3rd minute, Jonathan Ramirez in the 29th minute. Highlanders leading 2-0 over the Crimson Tide of Everett. We'll be back for second half action here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Dilboy Stadium. Somerville versus the Crimson Tide of Everett. Todd Harmon here on Somerville Ed TV as the Highlanders lead 2-0 over the Crimson Tide. Huge playoff implications for both teams. Both teams still trying to push to the Division I playoffs. Highlanders need 2 wins in their final 4 games. A win today will get them halfway there. The Crimson Tide have 2 games remaining, including this one, and cannot afford a loss in either of those 2 games. So they are looking at elimination. Keep an eye on the Crimson Tide offense. You'll see their defensive players creeping up. We'll see their attack becoming more aggressive here in the second half, as they know their backs are against the wall. Sanchez skies that one. Highlanders scored their 2 goals. First one came from Mike Gregorio in the 3rd minute of the first half. And then Jonathan Ramirez added a 2nd goal in the 29th minute. Ramirez pounding on the door throughout that half as he got frame twice. Hit it off of the post, the left post, as well as the cross post, but was finally able to find the back of the net in the 29th minute. Everett very dedicated here in their attack to begin here in the second half. And Santos gets it. Miguel Santos looking to turn here. Milo Kochanski defending him there, tries to get the cross, but that goes out of bounds. Goal kick coming for the Highlanders. Talked about the Highlander offense coming alive. They've scored 10 goals now in their last 8, or I should say 7 halves of soccer. As they have scored 10 goals, 8 goals in the game, 3 games previous to this one, and 2 goals in this game. As Ramirez comes over, gets called for the push-off. As Lopez Palacios goes to the turf. Highlander offense has come alive, as I said, over these last 3-4 games. Highlander defense has been steady throughout the year. They have the 2nd lowest goals allowed in the GBL. And they will need that here in the second half as Everett will bring everything they can offensively. Nice job there by Hector as he knifes in. Was able to dispossess that ball, and Ramirez will get it on the boot as he tries to slide in. Minivar was able to get in the way of that one. Ramirez tries to cross it, but nobody was attacking that time as Gomes was standing outside the box instead of flying in. Now they get it forward to Garcia. Armando, though, dispossesses him. As we've seen Armando Andrade, he's part of that tremendous defense of the Highlanders. He does not lose 50-50 balls. That ball played back, well done. Marco Hawks-Holy, so strong at the sweeper position throughout the season for the Highlanders. Another main reason, Reed Schmidt has had a great game today, along with Otto Reeves Fuertes. And of course, Elliot Bicknell back in between the pipes for the Highlanders as well, completing that tremendous defense the Highlanders have had all year. They're going to need it here in the second half. Everett, the 3rd highest scoring offense in the GBL. So you know they've got the offensive talent. Number 10, Garcia, is an electrifying player. We've seen as well Kevin Renderos have some great opportunities. As that one sent towards the area wide of the net. Whitney Pereira trying that one. Highlanders will allow that shot all day long here in the second half, leading by 2 goals. As Hector heads that one down to Jonathan Ramirez. Ramirez tackled away by Lima. Nice job, or I should say Lopez Palacios. As he was the last line there for Ramirez before he got back. It's Garcia trying to harry Bicknell. Now Armando sends that one away. Lots of room here. Gets it to Gonçalves. Nick chips it out wide, trying to get with Lucas Gomes. Gomes, as the arm is up. Gomes called for the offsides that time. Everett quickly restarting as they have it downfield. Keep the eye on the Everett offense. They will move more folks up. The Highlanders might have some good counterattack opportunities here in the second half, but they also have to keep that box very strongly defended. As now Renderos drops that one off. Another attempt there. Rebelo Orejo, as that goes out. Again, the Highlanders will allow that sort of shot all day long as Hawks-Holy loads the cannon, sends it up to Ramirez. Ramirez, so deft with the first touch, does an excellent job with that first touch and controlling it. As now Gonzalez sends it over to the far side. Gomes now, as Lucas looks to control, brings it to the interior. Tried to send that one in, but nobody making a run requisite with the ball. Now Everett sending this forward, looking for Garcia, as Hoxholey will shepherd it back to Bicknell. Everett trying the long ball right now to Garcia. Touchdown there by Bermudez. Hector, beautiful first touch to control, gets it to Gomes. Gomes sends that forward to Ramirez as Jonathan comes across. Second touch goes a bit awry there for Jonathan as it gets out of bounds. Ramirez quickly looking to restart, looking to get it to Hector as that gets by Lopez Palacio. And that requires Minivar to clear it out. Quickly restarted again as Hector looking to turn the corner, chips it into the box. Minivar right there. As he's quickly off of his line, able to control the situation with Ramirez coming down on him. Now, Reed Schmidt touched that ball. Bicknell all the way out. Is going to clear it out of bounds. We've seen today the Highlanders choosing to allow corner kicks or clear out of bounds. That's the strong decision making, the mental toughness of this defense. Now Santos, as Miguel Santos trying to get by Armando Andrade, and that just ain't happening, I've got to tell you. As now Lainez plays it out wide. Hernandez looks to control, harried by Gomes. Cleared out. As Lima cleared that one out. Igor Lima. Now Garcia trying to make the turn. There's Armando, though, as Andrade poked it away. But Garcia now making the turn. He's got such speed, such talent. Fires that one towards the goalie, Bicknell. And Bicknell standing firm against his post there. Was able to deflect it out. Corner kick coming here for Everett. You see the skill and the speed there, though, of number 10, Gabriel Garcia. Crimson Tide send this into the area. It's knocked up. I think Bicknell went up and was able to get that. Might have had some contact with himself. No, it was a Crimson Tide member who headed that ball up. Saw Bicknell flying through the air. Came down a little hard, though. Hoxholey loads up the left foot cannon, gets it down to Ramirez. Ramirez with the head, trying to get by Lopez Palacios. Lopez Palacios, excellent work there, marking Jonathan Ramirez. So we've seen the skill of the sophomore Ramirez. Lopez Palacios able to clear that out and stem the attack. Now Andrade plays it out wide. Reed Schmidt with it. As Schmidt will dance to the interior, poke it forward. Nice play there. As Gregorio gets it out to Gomes. Gomes pushed off the ball as Santos was able to get it away for a moment, but now Lucas has it again. Plays it interior to Mike Gregorio. Gregorio pulls the string, plays it back to Gonzalez. As Nick will get it back to Kochanski. Opportunity there as Gomes came across on the run, tried the left boot, deflected away. Now Gonzalez, he gets whistled for the handball as the ball bounced off of his hand right before he controlled that ball. Highlanders trying to dribble through this Crimson Tide defense. Like to see him work the pass a bit more on the offensive end, but right now defensively the danger is Garcia. As he tried to make the turn, there was Andrade once again. Silva plays it out wide. Lima trying to get to the ball, but cleared away. Well defended there. Reeds Fuertes marking it. Ramirez tried to save that in. He was able to save it, but Sanchez came away with it. Now Santos feeds it to Lima as he's got pace down the near side. Reeds Fuertes will poke that one out. Corner kick is given to the Crimson Tide, their fifth of the match. Under 30 minutes remaining here in the game. Highlanders leading 2-0. Everett very dedicated in their attack Their backs against the wall. A loss today to the Highlanders will eliminate them from the Division I playoffs. That ball headed towards the top left of the goal, but wide. As Rebelo Orejo was able to get the head to that one. Sent downfield, touch forward by Bermudez. Now Ramirez, he's got a little space there as he looks to get past Lopez Palacios, and he is. He'll chip that one towards the far side, a little too distant there. Now Gomes looks to settle it over there with Hernandez dealing with him. As Gomes turns the corner on Hernandez, and the corner kick, possibly? No, a goal kick. Last to touch it was Lucas. Minivar ready to send this one away. .50-50 ball headed forward. As Santos was coming on though, Reeds Fuertes played it back. Hoxoli plays it back to Bicknell. And Elliott skies this one. Hector now with the head forward, looking for Ramirez to run onto it. Hector once again will touch it to Kochanski. A little give and go with Hector. As Rene Lainez able to stem that attack out of bounds. Hoxoli again into the middle of the field where Gregorio looks to turn. Betrayed by the first touch a little bit there as it allowed Pereira to get in there. Now Renderos looking out wide to Lima. He loses his footing on the turf as Reeds Fuertes runs forward on the attack. Now Gonçalves. He'll play it back. It's Kochanski now. Reverses field over to Gomes. As Lucas looks to control. Loses the ball though. As that service forward looking for Garcia, but there is Armando Andrade. Once again, just tackling the ball away. 50-50 balls. He screws up the percentages. They're no longer 50-50. It is Armando Andrade's ball. Nice volley there. Nice one-touch passing as they got it to Pereira. Now back to Santos as they play it all the way back to Hernandez. Hernandez plays that forward for Pereira as Pereira plays it back as Lopez Palacios plays that one forward. Now Gonçalves controls for the Highlanders. Reeds Fuertes to Gonçalves as Nick chips this one forward, trying to get Ramirez a bit of a run here into the box. Quickly off of his line is Edwin Minivar. So he's able to get that ball at the top of the box. Garcia in the area. Hoxoli got the boot in. Santos propelled it forward for the Crimson Tide. Now Garcia in the box. Hoxoli, though, cool as a cucumber, sends it out. Now Hector. He finds Kochanski wide open in the middle. Milo's got some room. Renderos comes on to him, but he feeds it out to Schmidt. Now Schmidt, lots of room for Reed. Tried to play that forward, looking for Gomes. Just a miscommunication there. As Gomes wanted it at his stationary position there. Schmidt passed that one forward, looking for the run. You can see now where number 10 in white goes. Number 17 in red will be joining him. Armando Andrade, the shadow for number 10, Gabriel Garcia. Highlanders controlling. Jonathan Ramirez has it out wide. So he will service that into the area. Hector making the run here on the near post. A little too far out ahead. Goal kick coming here for the Crimson Tide. Nearing 25 minutes remaining in the game. Highlanders leading 2-0. Goals in the first half by Gregorio and Ramirez for the Highlanders. Santos, beautiful control there as he sends this one towards the area. Hoxoli will have to clear it away as Garcia was menacing him there with pace. So now Everett Down in the Highlander defensive zone, they look to get it to Garcia. Andrade there with him along with Otto Reese Fuertes. This one chipped into the area trying to get the cross there for Lima to get onto. He got the head, but it went wide. Now trying to put the big boot outside the box. That was Rene Lainez, as that one too high. Goal kick coming here for the Highlanders. Ramirez will head to the bench. Highlanders getting some substitutions in. Lucas Gomes will come here to the near side. Arthur Pereza will check in as well for the Highlanders. Pereza's done a nice job in the midfield for the Highlanders, holding possession throughout this season, coming in off the bench. As Schmidt plays that forward. Gonçalves goes to the turf as he's shouldered down. Highlanders get the opportunity here. Dangerous free kick for them. As Gonçalves was on the other end of that pass. Sox-Holy will line this one up for the Highlanders. Looking there, far post, headed down to the top of the box. Pureza, though, he'll control it for the Highlanders. Back to Schmidt, and Hoxholey will once again send it into the box, looking for Gomes as he heads that one towards the area, or towards the goal. As Minivar will allow that out. Goal kick coming here for the Crimson Tide. Highlanders with the 2-0 lead. Stakes here. Highlanders need 2 wins, final 4 games. This would be one of their 2 needed wins. So they would need 1 win against either Revere, Lynn English, or Dearborn Academy. As Santos out wide. Milo Kachansky marking him. Santos tries to turn. And the push-off called against Santos. Highlanders will get it after the penalty. Everett, if they lose this game, they are out of the Division I playoffs. They have 2 games remaining today against the Highlanders, and then in 2 days against the Mustangs of Medford. Medford, they are at the bottom of the table in the GBL. Everett has a win in hand against them. But it would all be for naught for the playoffs if they lose to the Highlanders today. That would be their 8th loss of the season, and that would ruin the opportunity of a 500 or better record. As Sanchez volleys that one to Santos. One-touch passing, trying to get Coho on a run. As Coho defended closely there. Nice job marking. But into the area, Santos. Hoxholey just picks his pocket. Now Marcos plays it forward to Hector. Hector had played so well defensively there previously. Now Rebelo Orejo into the area. There's Andrade with the head, clearing it away. Now Pureza looking to give it up to Gomes on a run, stolen away by Pereira for the Crimson Tide. As Hoxholey now will play this one forward, trying to get it to Gonçalves. Pureza looking to control. Beautiful pass there by Pureza as he got that one to Gregorio. Gregorio's through ball, though, was repulsed by the Crimson Tide defense out of bounds. That ball skied towards midfield. Bermudez puts the head to it. Pureza brings it down. Kachansky controls to Pureza. It's now Gregorio out wide here to Bermudez, who will reverse fields. Under 20 minutes remaining in the game. Highlanders leading 2-0. Goals by Gregorio and Ramirez in the first half. That ball played forward nicely. A little bit of room out there as Hernandez not able to mark it. Now Schmidt. As Garcia comes up behind, gets called for the push-off. Another opportunity here for the Highlanders is Huxley able to service this one into the area, or Schmidt. Either one, as Marcos coming over to play this. Highlanders taking their time, leading by 2. As there's Gomes here on the near post, left boot goes awry on the bouncing ball as he hits it wide to the right. .50-50 ball there. Schmidt heads it down. Schmidt will sky it. As they try to touch it out wide. Looks like they're trying to get Gavin Stone on a run out there. Stone had a goal and 2 assists for the Highlanders in their 4-0 victory over Lynn Classical. It's Kochanski now. Gets it back to Andrade. Taken away, though, by Coho, as Coho now trying to find some help. Looks here to Santos. It's Kochanski able to control that, sent away by Hector. Now Gonçalves. Nick sidesteps, gets by, into the box. Another sidestep, stutter step, fires that one towards the net. Knocked away by Hernandez. Another shot. That one knocked wide, deflected wide. Hernandez able to deflect the first shot attempt. Linez able to deflect the second goal, or I should say corner kick coming up for the Highlanders. It's their 4th of the game. Here comes the height and the beef. As Zach Squongo, Zach Attack coming in for the corner kick. Armando Andrade, number 17, here on the near post. That ball cleared away by Lima out of the area. Highlanders looking to control, though. Kochanski trying to get the boot in there, but it's taken away by Renderos. As Kevin Renderos plays this one forward, Garcia looks to run onto it. Huxley with the back heel right by Garcia. What skill there by Marco as he played it to Reed Schmidt. Now, Schmidt gets dispossessed, though, by Garcia. He's got pace into the attack, into the box as he crosses it, looking for Santos. Kochanski, though, playing back. Good job by Milo as he defended Santos on that one and denied the pass. He tipped it right to Elliot Bicknell. Highlanders showing that tough defense that they've had all season long. Battling in the middle of the field, Pureza trying to get the ball away, but Kevin Renderos comes away with a beautiful through ball to Garcia into the box. As Garcia pops that in front of the net. Great move there. As Bermudez was able to keep the attack being brought in by Coho, shielded him from the ball until he didn't have a good angle on it. Now into the area. That's Gavin Stone as he tries to center that one. Another corner kick here for the Highlanders as they will have their 5th corner of the match. Great opportunity there for the Crimson Tide as Bicknell had fallen to the turf, but a great job there by Hector Bermudez as he was just able to kind of block off, just kind of body off Coho from being able to come in and address that ball. Now Kochanski will send this into the area. Corner comes in there, Swongo trying to get the head to it, but Minivar cutting right in front of him, able to control the situation. Under 15 minutes remaining in the game, Highlanders with a 2-0 lead. Everett, though, building some offense, getting some good opportunities. Kochanski puts that right down in front of Pureza. Arthur plays it out wide. Opportunity here is Gomes. Brings it back. Now Hector with it. Brings it out wide. Stone. Back to Gregorio. As Gregorio trying to get the ball away from Santos now. He left it with Renderos. Renderos looking to get a run here wide. Just a little bit too wide as he had Lopez Rivera making a run, or Cojo, I should say, making a run down the sideline. He had turf in front of him if he could have delivered that ball out in front of Cojo, but instead it was behind him and out of bounds. As Bermudez gets this one in. Pureza looking to control here. Tried to get the single touch to Stone, but Renderos was able to get it away. Santos sends it forward. Highlanders now controlling. They try to get it back out here to Stone. Headed away by Sanchez as Renderos looks to control at midfield. Dealing with Gregorio there. Nice job there as Ramirez, Jonathan Ramirez, back into the game. Knifing in, steals the ball for a moment. So get it out wide to Garcia. Played it back. Hernandez will sky this one, but nobody making a run for the Crimson Tide. So no danger there for Marco as he heads it forward to Milo. Milo now tries to send the through ball. Instead, it winds up with Pureza, who will bring it back here to the near side. Gavin Stone trying to chase it down, but out of bounds. 13 minutes remaining in the game. Highlanders leading 2-0. Goals by Gregorio and Ramirez in the first half. Highlanders wanted a substitution as they wanted to get Nick Gonsalves back into the game, but it is a throw-in for the Crimson Tide, so only the Crimson Tide can substitute. Now Renderos plays that one out wide to Hernandez. Hernandez trying to control out there. Lucas Gomes on him. Tried to get the ball away, whistled for the foul. Long ball downfield, trying to get Cojo a run there, or possibly Garcia. Highlander defense, though, able to clear it away. Last to touch it were the Highlanders. Highlanders with the 2-0 lead. As Renderos puts it down on the ground in front of Cojo, gets it over to Sanchez, who will sky it into the area where Garcia is waiting. Great job there by Reed Schmidt, getting the head to it, marking the talented Garcia. As now Ramirez plays it forward as Stone trying to make a run onto it. Popped into the air and out of bounds by Lopez Palacios. Quick restart there by Ramirez as he gets it back to Hector, who will reverse field. It's Gomes now. Plays it back to the middle. Milo Kachansky. Milo's got some room. He'll use a bit of it to Pureza. A little give and go there, but Pureza's return a little bit off the mark, stolen away by Rebelo Araujo. As Everett trying to get the ball downfield. Linez plays that one forward, but a little too far forward as Bermudez able to put the boot to it. Highlanders with the 2-goal lead, 2-0. Everett needing to get dedicated forward on their offense. Out of bounds, last to touch at the Highlanders. As Miguel Santos looks to control it, but we have a timeout on the field. 10:29 remaining here in the game. Highlanders with a 2-0 lead. Talk really quickly about what we have coming up. Senior nights coming up. We already celebrated the seniors on the volleyball court as they had their senior night. They will find out their playoff matchup on Tuesday, October 28th. You can check on MIAA.net to find out who the volleyball team will be playing and whether they might be hosting a qualifying playoff game in the MIAA playoffs. Check that out on MIAA.net on Tuesday, October 28th. Girls soccer team, their senior night coming up Monday, October 27th. That'll be 6 o'clock here at Dilboy Stadium. They're going to be playing the number 37 team in Division I, Malden Catholic. Highlanders have already qualified for the playoffs in girls soccer. Their matchup will come out for the soccer games on Saturday, November 1st. So check MIAA.net on Saturday, November 1st. Find out where the Highlanders will be playing. The girls soccer team already qualified for the playoffs. Boys soccer team needs 2 wins in their final 4 games. They're 2 goals up on Everett to get the first of those 2 wins here today. So maybe you'll be looking for a matchup for the boys soccer team on Saturday, November 1st as well. And don't forget, we will have special coverage of the GBL Cross Country Championship. We will have that out for you in November. First week in November, I would say right around in there, first or second week of November. That GBL Championship will take place on Wednesday, October 29th at 4 o'clock at McDonald Park. The boys looking for their 3rd straight GBL championship. The girls looking for their 2nd championship in 3 years. Make sure you've mashed your buttons, you've liked, shared, subscribed, and signed up for notifications so you know when we post videos here on Somerville Ed TV. Back underway here at Dilboy. Highlanders leading 2-0 over the Crimson Tide. The Tide's backs are to the wall. A loss to the Highlanders today will eliminate them from the Division I playoffs. As Sanchez unable to control that off the first touch. Now Gomes takes it away as he's into the area. Tries the cross there as he had Stone running parallel with him. Corner kick coming up as Sanchez, nice job on the tackle there, recovering. It'll be the 6th corner of the game for the Highlanders. Under 10 minutes remaining. Highlanders with a 2-0 lead. Highlanders taking their time, leading by those 2 goals. Milo Kochanski will line it up here for the corner kick. He services it looking for Swongo. Swongo gets the head to it. And what a save there by Edwin Minivar. Still in the air as the volley attempt there. Not able to get it as it's deflected away by the Crimson Tide defense. What a play by Minivar as he was able to stop the Zach attack with the right hand there. Just deflecting that header from Zach Swongo, keeping the Highlanders leading only by 2. Great play there by Edwin Minivar. As now the Crimson Tide, after the infraction by the Highlanders, will send this ball away. There's Andrade once again, gets the head to the ball. Last touch by the Crimson Tide. Armando Andrade, he is the destroyer of the percentages on 50-50 balls. There you see Andrade once again gets the boot in there against Santos, is able to move it away, just mucks up the whole system. They are able to get the ball to Garcia. There's Armando Andrade getting the tackle in there, stolen away by Reed Schmidt. Great team defense by the Highlanders. Served forward here on the counterattack, looking for Ramirez. Now Gonçalves looks to run onto that one, but is not able to control as it's taken away by Renderos. He's got it forward to Santos, who plays it out to Garcia wide. Garcia now looks to cross. Bicknell able to control that wild spinning ball as Garcia had some wicked spin on that one, crossing it in front of Santos as well as Rebelo Araujo. Bicknell was able to control. Now Swongo touches it forward, plays it out wide. There's Ramirez as he will pull back, looking for a cross here. They'll fire that one towards the net. Minivar able to knock that one away. Hernandez able to knock that one out of play. As Hernandez clears that one away, Jonathan Ramirez made another shot attempt there. He's found the frame twice today. He's found the back of the net once. Long throw in here by Ramirez. Swongo with the head, but it will go out. Goal kick coming up for the Crimson Tide. Highlanders with the 2-0 lead. Not a lot of urgency here for the Crimson Tide setting up this goal kick, as Minivar will send it away. Gomes with the head. Nobody challenging him. Ramirez out wide. As Ramirez tries to get by Hernandez. Hernandez will poke that one out. So Hernandez a little slow to get up, a little hitch in the giddy up as he's getting back out onto the pitch. 6 minutes remaining on the clock. Everett head coach Rodney Landaverde having a conversation there. So Ramirez will inbounds this. Jonathan's got the strong arms. He can get this into the box, and he will. Headed up into the air by Lima. Renderos trying to chase that one down around Ramirez, and Ramirez is going to get whistled. Highlanders with the 2-0 lead. Everett again a little slow on this restart. Tick, 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 tick. Down 2 goals. Must-win game, or at least must-tie game. A tie will keep their playoff hopes alive, but they're down 2-0 as we near the 5-minute mark remaining here in the game. 5 minutes remaining on the stadium clock. Official time kept down on the field. We await the long whistles that will signify the end of this game, as Winsley Thomas checks into the game for the Highlanders up at the top of the attack. Look for them to try to unleash Winsley here in the waning moments. Ramirez, victim of the jersey pull and push. Called against Hernandez, and we have a card. Was that Ramirez receiving the card? Yes, it was. Jonathan Ramirez has played a tremendous game. The yellow card, though, unnecessary there. Ramirez, a very, very talented player, very, very gifted, skilled player, but a sophomore. Sometimes does not make the greatest of decisions. Obviously said something there that brought about the card. So he's having a conversation with head coach Tiago Moreira. So Ramirez off the pitch after the yellow. This serviced into the area, headed out towards Santos, as Santos will send this forward, trying to get Rebelo Araujo a run onto it, but played back beautifully to Elliot Bicknell. Bicknell takes his time. He'll send it away. Nice job by Gregorio as he controls it on the first touch very deftly. Plays it out wide to Lucas Gomes. Gomes with the left foot, tries to turn the corner. Sanchez comes in with the tackle. Gomes to the pitch, no whistle, play on. As Koholt sends it forward, looking for Garcia on the other side of the pitch. As Reed Schmidt battling shoulder to shoulder with Garcia. Schmidt able to clear that one away. Schmidt's had an excellent game today. He's drawn Garcia along with Armando Andrade has drawn Garcia as that one gets into the net. Serviced into the area. Santos was able to get the head upon it, and we've got a 2-1 game here in the final 5 minutes as Miguel Santos with the goal.
Everett goal.
So Santos able to head that one in on the cross, got it past Bicknell. Goal here for Everett as their playoff hopes were waning, and now they have brightened a bit. A tie will keep them alive for Division I playoff action. As that ball taken away from Gomes. Hawks Holy will sky this one. Hernandez looks to control. Played forward as Gregorio now has it. Plays it out wide. Stone out there wide. Out of bounds, Highlanders ball. They'll take their time getting this inbounds in. That ball played towards the middle, volleyed away as Rendero's trying to make the run there. was not able to control as Hector was able to send it forward. That will go out. Corner kick coming for the Highlanders. Waning moments of the game. Miguel Santos has made this one interesting with a header off the entry pass from Garcia. Milo Kochanski will line this one up. Corner kick here for the Highlanders. It is their 7th of the game. Highlanders now leading by a goal. As Everett tries to keep their playoff hopes alive. Minivar up in the air, comes away with the ball, still down on the turf. As he is injured, came down awkwardly with that ball. Came down, looks like he might have hit his head off the pitch. He's going to stay in this one. There's 5 minutes remain on the stadium clock. We don't know the remaining time. The official time kept on the field. Sanchez trying to make a run here from the back as Bermudez will fire that one away. But it winds up with Lima. As Lima trying to control there. Now Renderos plays it forward to Garcia. It's Garcia. He's got pace into the box. Crossing as that got right past Santos. Santos unable to get a boot to that one. Now Hector will inbounds to Hawks Holy, and Marco sends it away, but Sanchez looks to control as he plays that one to Lima. Sanchez looking to throw in here. A goal here for Everett to tie this game will keep their Division I playoff hopes alive. It's the ball played forward to Swongo. Swongo looks to make the turn, but there are the long whistles, and the Highlanders come away with a 2-1 win over the Everett Crimson Tide. As the Crimson Tide tried their best there at the end to really rally, but unable to come back after Miguel Santos was able to put it into the back of the net with a head. Not enough. Highlanders come away with a 2-1 win. They have one of the 2 wins needed. They need 1 win in their remaining 3 games against Revere, Lynn English, and Dearborn Academy. A 1 win in those 3 games will get the Highlanders back into the playoffs yet again this season. Unfortunately, Crimson Tide will not be making the Division I playoffs. They drop to 5-8-4 overall. Highlanders move to 6-5-4 overall. Goals in the first half by Mike Gregorio in the 3rd minute. Jonathan Ramirez in the 29th minute. That's enough for the Highlanders to come away with a 2-1 victory over the Crimson Tide. We'll be back here at Dilboy on Thursday, senior night. That is going to be October 23rd against Revere, 6 o'clock. Make sure you know, 6 o'clock senior night. Here we will celebrate the seniors on this team, and hopefully the Highlanders with a win can secure another playoff run this season. That's going to do it for us here from Dilboy Stadium. Thank you so much for watching at home. We really do appreciate it. Thank you, Bill Trudell on camera. Joe Constantine, he's our director. I'm Todd Harmon, and you have been watching Somerville Highlander Boys Soccer on Somerville EdTV.